Alright, what's going on, everybody? Got Shadow here, and today we are playing something that we haven't played before. We're going the Blue Moon route. A deck that has always been around and jumps in and out of favor depending on what the threats look like. Blue Moon does have a couple of really good matchups where, Blood Moons just lights out for the opponent, and it also does have a couple of really bad matchups, such as Eldrazi, for instance, where you basically cannot get rid of a Thought Natia or Reality Smasher, and all that kind of stuff. And we're playing a little bit of spice here today. The main board's pretty well rounded. It's pretty neat. We're playing 6 islands, I believe. Lighthouse, blah blah blah, everything. 2 Wandering Fumarolls, just in case we don't hit our Blood Moon or it gets blown up, so that we have a couple of utility lands as well. And then we're playing Academy Ruins, and Academy Ruins is complementing our sideboard strategy here, where we can return Engineered Explosive, Spells Guides, Damping Sphere, all that kind of stuff. Also Filigree Familia in the, let's say, burn matchups where we stabilize to a certain degree, and then the Familia dies, or we shoot it down to get it back in the beginning of the next upkeep or the next draw step. Madame Shackles is a very fine card against anything that we can't handle with our spot removal, Fork Bolt, Lightning Bolt, and Harvest Pyre. And then we do play 2 Jaces as some means to close out the game. Overall, there are 3 spots. The Filigree Familia is pretty fringe, and I'm not sure that's actually a viable plan. I'm just putting it in here in order to facilitate our Academy Ruins. Could also be just an Izzet Zedicaster, or basically anything. What else? The rest is pretty nice. I do like having the Spells Guides, because during the weekends, in fact, won the SCG Invitational, and there's Boggles and all that kind of stuff, against which Spells Guide is really good. So if we find a replacement for Filigree Familia, then I think the deck's pretty well rounded. Alright, let's jump into League. Our main card advantage engine is Ancestral Vision. Other than that, we're 100% instant speed. These 22 spells are instant speed, Mendelian Click, Electrolyze, and that. So we have 6 cards that aren't instant speed cards. Let's join the league and have a look at what's going on, what Modern's going to throw at us. I think, generally speaking, we should also have a decent humans matchup, just because of the Fork Bolts. Of course, if we cannot kill a Champion of the Parish early on, then we will have a problem. But other than that, I think humans should be okay. We should also be okay against other green creature decks, but you never know, Let's test it out first. Alright, looks like a fine keep. Would be exceptionally good on the play. Still good on the draw. And I do believe that Ancestral Vision, the heavier the combo percentage in the meta is, the better Ancestral Vision becomes. Alright, so we could do a lot of things here. Could bolt the birds. That he fetched for a basic here is somewhat strange. Might mean that he does have enough mana. So I think we're just gonna exile the Ancestral Vision and then keep up Bolt and Spell Sand next turn. Want to see what we're up against first here, and I think the Ancestral Vision is important enough. Alright, if he only has 2 mana here, then that definitely was a mistake. But of course we cannot anticipate that. Spell Snare is, yeah, okay, he doesn't only have 2 mana. Spell Snare is probably going to be good in the matchup. We're going to always yield here. And I want to thin our deck a little bit before we get to Ancestral Visions. Always need to kill Devoted Druids. Hopefully Spell Snare is going to be good here. Of course, it's a good card. But I do already see a target on the horizon here. Oh, Knight as well. So he's playing the whole thing. Noble Hierarch. Yep. So probably keep up Remand for the Knight's next turn. Take 3 from the cursor here. Corsa. Alright. And then we hope that we're drawing a Fog Bolt. Or an Electrolyze. This is a Blood Moon. Not the best, but also not the worst if we're playing or facing Value Town here. Taking 3 again. Okay, we do have Electrolyze. Which is really good. And then we're probably just playing this Lighthouse to counter either That's a little annoying here with all that crap. coming off of the courser. And another knight. Yeah, that will be tough. Tough to overcome. So we cannot yet play our Blood Moon because of the cryptic. That's not a problem though. So that one as well. We have 2 lightning bolts. Could get rid of the courser if we need to. Let's see what he has. Company. That's not good. So here it's probably just bolt the courser because it's so annoying. And we know that he has a company coming up. And he has a lot of 3 drops in hand, yes. So he does have another land drop. Could just let this resolve. Give him 1 card, yeah. Probably need the cryptic. To counter the company. So he also has at least 2 more knights in his hand, which is a problem. Counter draw. Walking Blister for 1. I feel like, generally speaking, this should be alright. But I'm still going to counter it because we don't have a removal spell for that yet. So Walking Blister is a problem. Probably more so than company is, and therefore I'm just gonna force him here in the draw step to play the company. And take away his Walking Ballista. Come on. This guy. Well, at least we can make him draw it. Yeah, Vizier not so much of a problem. All right. He does have a lot of basics, and therefore Blood Moon is, you know, not as good. But it's probably still worth it. So we've already drawn half of our deck. We need to have more cryptics, more snapcasters, more of the really good stuff. Okay. At least something. So I think he has Vizier of Remedies, 2 lands, and then a Talus Tracker in hand. Oh my god, another knight? It's horrible. This is horrible. Alright, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna counter bounce, and then if he's attacking, we can replay it. Counter bounce, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we can't really attack with the knight, because otherwise we're gonna bolt it. Yeah. And this way we're taking 3. Is it worth it to take 3 here? I mean, he also doesn't want to use his knight, because otherwise he shuffles away the other knights. Yeah, I think we're taking 3 here. Again. Okay, not the worst of draws. So now upkeep, I'm gonna play Snapcaster Mage. Cryptic commands. And then I think I play tap bounce, the Snapcaster Mage again, and then we have both the option of killing the knight if he doesn't activate it in response. Let's see. Yeah, we should find another Snapcaster Mage in time, right? Like, we only drew 1 Snapcaster Mage. Okay, so he didn't do it. We could kill the knight here if we chose. Oh my god, Ronas. Ronas really is a problem. Now I actually think that we can't play on the board anymore. The life gains are problematic as well, but it's still a 3-turn clock. Okay, remand for Ronas. Maybe we're drawing into something else. We're gonna keep attacking. Ronas probably won't be able to attack next turn or block. Therefore, we will have 5 damage at least. If we find another Snapcaster Mage. Draws. Oh. Yeah, and this was a mistake. I shouldn't have skipped the draw step. I didn't intend to. Sometimes in Modo you just skip. Tap draw, because if he now activates his knights, which he probably will, then his Ronas will be able to block next turn. And of course, therefore, I mean, I saw the line, I just kept on pressing OK. Jace. Well, Jace can bounce the Ronas. So that's good as well. Yeah, he reconsidered. But Ronas gives his creatures trample. And that's really bad for us. We basically need to find another cryptic. We need to change some stuff here. Let's see. If we bounce Ronas, he goes down to 6. Electrolyze. We used 3 blue mana up until that moment. We redraw a card. We opt. If we draw a bolt. I think we need to start off by opting. This is a good card. Put on top of library, yes. Okay, Noble Hierarch isn't the worst draw. This is bad though. Again, I don't want him to have extra copies of lands that he can draw off of the cursor. The Corsa. But he didn't activate his knights. And now, I mean, we still need to draw something, but we basically have him down 2. So we need to kill the Noble Hierarch here, put him to 8, and then 1 bolt's enough. That's not a bolt. That's not a gold either. So we basically have 3 dead cards in hand and redraw. Oh my god. Okay, this one goes, and this one goes. Okay, all right. Whew, that was a close one, guys. That was a close one, but we got there. All right, I do think that I want to have these 3. I want to have the Dalkin Shackles, Relics. We want to have explosives. Most of this deck functions at 3 mana cost and not 2, and we already have spell snares. So that's probably not necessary. I do like the lineup of the rest of our deck though. What's really bad here? Harvest Spire is really good. Ancestral Vision also not really bad. Jace, although he won us the game there, I think isn't too good against all the creatures. Vanillion Click in the air, pretty decent. Remand on the draw gets significantly worse, but we need... Yeah, I think we're doing it like this, right? And then just go... Is it worth it to cut the Ancestral Vision on the draw completely? Maybe. We need the Blood Moons, although he's playing a lot of basics, we need the Blood Moons to cut off the Field of Ruin engines and stuff. That's not a draw. Alright, this is okay. Let's move to the bottom here. The good thing about the deck is that sometimes it's just a little slower because of all the 3 drops. Okay, that's something that we need to take care of before anything else happens, because it can kill the Vidalcan Shackles. There's Ronus. And Ronus is really problematic. There's no way for us to get rid of it, but we could theoretically take it with Vidalcan Shackles. And it's definitely a top deck. And in doing so, like we have 3 islands now, but we also have to be pretty careful because the Ronas can't pump all the time, and our Vedalken Shackles gets worse by that. I hope that he's not playing the Ronas right now. Alright, he is. And we could be playing at Vedalken Shackles here already, right? We still have some stuff up, but we can't take the Ronas yet. And there's a Kosa. Yeah, we're probably just gonna remount this first. Get a little bit of additional card advantage. Because the Vedalken Shackles, of course, is the best once we get to 5 mana. So next turn, and we can instantly take away the Corsa, which is also pretty nice. So we don't need to waste anything on it. Yes, and it goes quarter. And the collective brutality afterwards. Alright, we have 4 now. 2, 3. Take the Corsa. And we'll electrolyze on all thingin'. There he goes. Knights. And well, this is basically a complete whiff here for our opponents. Gonna kill that one with bolts. Okay. Don't want to untap permanence. Corsa is gonna gain us a life. So we pull the trigger on Value Town here. Reverse the tables, and we still have a lot of removal, which is pretty nice. Great. He just drew the Field of Ruin, and apparently he has another company in hand. We do have another Vedalken Shackles. We can steal the Ronas. Okay. Alright, now he's activating Field of Ruin. Yeah, there's not a lot that we can do here about it. So we're receiving a lot of card advantage here. We could opt for the Blood Moon 1, 2, 3 and still have 4, yeah. On top 3. And this should seal the deal here. Yep, nice. Cool first round, really cool. I can't imagine though that Value Town, generally speaking, is not a good matchup for Blue Moon. Yeah, Filigree Familiar is just gonna get thrown out. I already know that it's not good in the deck, but I'm pretty happy with the rest. Madame Shackles performed perfectly here. Whoops. And then something else, maybe an Anger of the Gods or something. Well. Alright. If we had known what he's onto, we of course would have kept the Ancestral Visions, because now he's taking it. No, Decklist now. Well. Interesting. See? People are actually playing Infect. And by not having a lot of interaction here for us, I think he's probably taking the Snapcaster Mage. Okay, that's a good one. So Blood Moon shuts off his complete mana, its entire mana base. Yeah, perfect. No, come on. What a lucky hit. Also that he does it post-board. Second main phase, I mean. Yeah, that's sad, of course. Otherwise, we would have just won here, I think, straight up. But at least this also means that he probably doesn't have as many pump spells, I was gonna say. So Ancestral Vision still has 2 draws remaining. So let's see if he does have a Become Immense. We're dead, of course. Of course he has it. So our opponent already, like, again, just having the best of all the draws at all given points. Alright. Yeah, definitely P and Kieran. Damping Sphere also relevant. Spell's Guide, yes. And I also want to have these. Probably even want to have Kieran's. What's gonna get thrown out here? Jace. Remand isn't great. Ancestral Vision is very slow, but okay on the play. This really needs to stay in. Spell Snare could just be a dead card, to be honest. Gonna fetch for blue here in order to mitigate a potential blood moon by us, and also to support our spell guide a little bit. Yeah, he doesn't have really great takes here. He could take the Snapcaster Mage. Alright, taking the Engineered Explosives isn't great because of Academy Ruins. Alright, this thing is flying and infect. But we do have something flying as well. What's going on? What is going on? Yeah, we're taking the second infect creature that he has. And we're going to block this one. Can't really do anything about it. Yep. And then now we need to have an upkeep stop here for us, because I would like to put Engineered Explosives on back on the top of our library. And then play it for one. I gotta say, our deck is superbly functional. Really like all the additions that we made on various stages here. On the draw and knowing about the Stinker thing, we're taking Spell Snare back in. No, definitely keep on the draw. And the opponent's playing an interesting take on Infect here. Alright, Glisten Elf. We can also get rid of that one. The only thing, or the only problematic thing that we are facing is if we are drawing a third mana source in time. I know that our opponent at this point, you know, is like, knows that he has a problem. Shit. If we draw a mana source, that is. So I think most importantly we're just putting engineer deck. I kind of want to use it now. Probably just for one. Because of Shaper Sanctuary, because of Noble Hierarchs and Glisten Elves, that should still be the most important slot in his deck. And having just 2 mana here, and probably not a lot of pump spells because he's playing so much disruption. Alright, found a mana. Yep. Oh man. This really isn't what we hoped. What we hoped it to be. Isn't that a stinker coming? We're gonna crack it here because the Shaper Sanctuary is actually the worst for us. Come on, man. Yeah, we need to kill the stinker for him to have to tap more mana, because otherwise he could just leave all his mana open, and if he has 3 pump spells, then we're never gonna win this here. And we could just die now. Could be dead. Alright, we ain't dead. But we are hardly alive as well. If we had drawn mana earlier, then Bedark Shackles would have been great. Tapping out here, certainly the death sentence. Gotta let this resolve. He probably takes the Electrolyze. But that still leaves us with a Harvest Pyre. And now we really need 1, 2, 3, 4. Need a red sauce. Close, but not close enough. Close, but not close enough. But this will buy us another turn. And then if we are drawing a land source, okay, he definitely won't be able to protect both, therefore Folkbolt will be pretty good. And now I think this Spellskite could seal the deal here. That is a really good top deck. Great. Now, Crusader, protection from red and from white, but he doesn't have protection from the Dark Shackles. And neither does he from Spell Guides. So, the Dark Shackles first here. I think we can actually let this pass through, because he shouldn't be able to pump it twice here. It also only has first strike, right? It doesn't have double strike. Yeah. Ooh, another one. All right. Unreal that we aren't drawing a second red source. Okay. Oh. Ooh. Now we're taking all this stuff. Cool. Yep. Spell Guide and the Dark Shackles, up until this moment, just the greatest cards ever printed in Magic. No, it was really fun. I enjoy the gameplay. Really cool. Really cool. Let's take a quick break. I'll be back in a couple of seconds. Alright, welcome back to Modern and to round number 3, which of course for you is a smooth transition, but I've been away for a couple of seconds here. Pretty happy. So Engineered Explosives, Spell Guide, the Dark Shackles, you know, all of our, like most of our sideboard cards have already passed the sideboard test. It's strange how certain cards sometimes just fall out of favor, and you know, people just perceive them as bad then, or too cute or whatever. And you know, sometimes it's just a metagame thing. The Dark Shackle seems to be very well positioned right now. Not off of the 2 games that we played, but generally speaking, it's very good against Eldrazi. It's, you know, good against all the go wide creature strategies. Yep, we're gonna keep Public Enemy number 1, Tron. Certainly somewhat disgusting. Especially because, well, I mean, we have Damping Spheres. To Tron, of course. What else? Turn 3, I mean. And we're just fetching for islands and hope to draw a Blood Moon. Maybe he hasn't. Well, all right. So much for that. And there's a Karn. So now we actively need a remand. Otherwise we dead. Bro, great. You also can fetch for a Sanctum of Ugin now. Oh man. Yeah. It's gonna be a rough one. Tron is... yeah, Tron and Hollow One, I think. And maybe Dredge. Top 3 decks I despise in Modern. And this is a mistake. No matter what, this certainly is a mistake. He needed to make one, and this would have been it if we had any luck with our draw steps here. Hopefully he doesn't have a follow-up play right now. Yeah. Oblivion Stone is irrelevant. Man, he has a really, really good draw. Yeah, we're not exposing our other red mana source here. We're just gonna counterbounce the Ulamog. Counter and bounce. And just lose one of our lands. Thing is that we can't currently do anything, but I'm still not playing the One Ring Funeral. I mean, we can still bluff, right? All right. Yes, of course. What else? Oh yes, guys, it's so much fun. So much fun. All right. We're gonna bring in the Dark Shackles again. Spell Squides as well, because it could be preserving our Damping Spheres and it doesn't get hit by Ugin. And I think we should also be able to redirect Ulamog's triggers in case that comes up. Other than that though, is there anything else that we want? We definitely don't want these. Jace also seems to be really bad. Fogbolt, super bad. Harvest Bias are still good because he's bringing in Thought-Knot Seers. And Spell Snares are also really bad, but at least we have like a couple of hits with that one. Could also bring in Piankir and Lar. Spatial Contortion. No, there's only 4 cards that we can hit with a spell snare. That's not really worth it. Alright. Okay. Of course, Damping Sphere and Blood Moon are filling quite the similar role here against our opponent. But with this draw, we would much rather have a Damping Sphere than a Blood Moon. Unreal. Again, turn 3 Tron here. Field of Ruin. And I think we're just gonna bolt him once here. We have Vendilion Clique, but I think like him having 7 cards is more important that we remand something first. A problematic remand target would be a Thought-Knot Seer. Yes, exactly that. Another one. No. It is a Walking Ballista. It's interesting that he plays us here. Yeah, if we draw a land, then we can just take it. Not this land, though. Sadly, we're not at a point yet where we can take over a one call engine, but we'll get there at some point. Right. Currently has 10 mana, therefore cannot activate his Walking Ballista enough times to get rid of our Vidalin Shackles, but I think the safe play is still taking it here and forcing him to, yes, just go for it. And then if he's playing one call engine, okay, might be digging a little. By the way, how is he still at 6 cards and we're at like 2? Alright, we have 5 cards in our graveyard. Opt is making it 6. Probably still don't want to have Lightning Bolt. Snapcaster Mage is somewhat better. We go Spells Guide here. Remand, Harvest by Item, Saturation. Something around this. Unreal that we're not neither drawing Damping Sphere nor a Blood Moon. I mean, Blood Moon would also be horrendous for us, but just the fact that, you know, nothing's happening here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I was like, is it X minus 1? What's happening here? A little confused, and then we can take over the tokens with our Vidalin Shackles, which he can't really do anything against. And yeah, I mean, it's not too bad. To the Spells Guide. He might have kept on to a Nature's Claim here. And he's activating Field of Ruin. And now he's killing the Vidalin Shackles. Now now we're drawing Scalding Tarn, great. At least we have Wandering Ephemeral, can block the Thoughtless here. Such reversion still on 3. And a Ghost Quarter. Oh, did he just go? No, he drew the Ghost Quarter. Man, this is. Alright, I'm gonna activate Wandering Funeral nonetheless, just to thin out our deck, to get rid of at least a couple of his stuff, and then once he goes quarters it, okay, he just lets us have it here. Alright, this is strange. Alright, now we're gonna go ahead and play Snapcaster Mage. Gotta say, we're some lucky sons of bitches. Lucky sons of bitches. Always drawing the correct land here. Yeah, of course it was a horrible draw. Do not want to have any other land sources. So is our Insight Revision still not coming off? Man, it's really not what we hoped for. At least our next development shackles will be really good. If we draw one. Yeah, we probably need to block at some point. Great. There's a Thought here. Another one of those. And now there's a Damping Sphere. Oh man, I'm really starting to cry here. Starting to cry. Alright, so Ancestral Vision should come down now. Okay, so we have a little bit of stuff going on here. We probably want to prefer the Blood Moon over Damping Sphere right now, because they fill basically the same role, but Damping Sphere doesn't stop Sanctum of Ugin from happening. And then Piankiran is 4, 3. This way we at least have some decent blocks. Of course he has already, you know, more than enough lands. But the Sanctum of Ruin is important. Walking Ballista is still of relevance, right? Yeah, we need to block this. So Snapcaster Mage becomes one more expensive right now. Yeah, I think we're doing this block here with P and Kieran, block here with Thopter, then kill with Thaumatzia. And end of turn go. Block, block. Okay. And then activate P and Kieran. Sacrifice of Thopter. Spells Guides. And I think we're just gonna go Snapcaster Mage, bowl the thing, then attack for 3, and have him on a 5-turn clock, something like that. And still have Cryptic up to protect them. I think, is there even... No, we haven't. This is our first Cryptic. Another Nature's Claim. Dude. Yeah, by now we really need to draw another Blood Moon, I think. Relic. Is there anything in our Dragon that's really important to us right now? I don't think so. It's unreal. It's unreal. Damn this shit. Top decks. Top decks. So let's see. All right, that's exactly what I wanted here. because now we can return Snapcaster, draw a card. And then we just need one turn, like one turn in this turn, in which he doesn't draw a good card. Yeah, that's considered a good card. I cannot. Oh man. Cannot believe this. No matter how we twist it here, this is so stupid. This guy is really retarded. There's the blood moon. Congratulations to ourselves. So let's see. What can we manage to do here? If we play Pian Kiran Lar, he's attacking us. We're blocking with the Thopter token, blowing the Thopter token in his face for 2 damage. And then upkeep Snapcaster Mage, I believe. Because we won't be able to draw another card. Yeah, that's also our last lightning bolt in our graveyard. Yeah. Green. Nothing good starts with a green mana. Yep. Oh man. 3 absolutely ripped top decks here in a row. I even think 4. Another Karn. Alright, this is more than problematic. Or is it? Okay, now we really have to think about it. No, I think we win. But now I think we have to change it, because if he takes up with both Karns, with this one and this one, we have to exile our Snapcaster Mage if we use the mana here. If we go Snapcaster Mage now, block the Yolamog with our Snapcaster Mage, then he could still take away the Pian Kiran Lar. What happens though if we don't blow anything up? What happens if we just block? Okay. Stuff gets exiled. We have no cards in our library. Just block and let him do his stuff. Guys, this was insane. Alright, we're still in the game. We know that he boarded 4 freaking Nature's Claims. Spells Guide therefore becomes all the more important. Is there anything that we want to change? Honestly, don't really think so. No, Jaces are somewhat too vulnerable. Although, of course, in a mid-range match, they are pretty good. Maybe we're taking out 2 Ancestrals here for 2 Jaces. Just because Jace can also bounce. These opening hands aren't great, guys. These aren't great. Can we keep this, or do we need to keep this? No, I don't think so. I think this is mulligan. Okay, we do have a Blood Moon. And we do have an Opt, but we probably aren't playing the Opt, right? Because we want to go turn 2, Spells Guide, into turn 3 Blood Moon. Sure, Expedition Map. What else? What else? Oh yeah, now we have an upkeep stop here. Alright, of course we didn't know about the upcoming island, so that's fine. Yes, finally. Not a turn 3 Tron. So this time he needs to have 2 Nature's Claims in order to get rid of our Blood Moon. Three if we survive 1 turn. Also he needs colorless mana for Thought-Knot Seer, which he doesn't have access to anymore. And he boarded 4 Thought-Knot Seers. Apparently he already has 1 here. What's happening? Hopefully he doesn't have 2. 2 would be really bad. Okay, someone's crying. No, not another one. Alright. Yeah, I'm preferring to play the Spells Guide here over PNQ run first. Just to be on the safe side of things. Thragtusk, yep. The good thing about Thragtusk is if we can kill it at some point in time, then the token isn't a problem anymore because of the Spells Guide. We're taking 5. I don't really mind. We're at 22 life. This is not going to be important. I'm like, why is he adding red mana to his mana pool all the time? Yeah, this is problematic. This is a problem. We do have Harvest Pyre, but we can't turn it on yet. So in order for us to do this somewhat intelligent, we're gonna block with a Thopter token here, block with Piankir Lar here, in order to get her into the graveyard and facilitate all the Harvest Pyres to somehow kill the Boomcall engine at some point. And then we're gonna activate Piankiran. Check the little thing. He doesn't get the life gain from Boomcall engine. Oh, come on. Yeah, sadly we need to redirect it. There's no way around it. Now we can lightning bolt the thing and then Harvest Pyre it as well. Could also lightning bolt the Karn and Harvest Pyre that one. I think that's actually better. This leaves us with at least the option of killing the Karn at some point. Ulamog. And the Nature's Flame. Oh, come on, man. What are these draws, man? Alright, that was a little depressing. I mean, not much that we could do, but I felt like we deserved to win that one. Yeah, let's keep that. I was like, all right. So at least Blood Moons aren't gonna hurt us as much. Yeah, probably topping this. There's our own Blood Moon. This is interesting. Yeah, worked out great. Thanks. So he's basically stuck at 2 red mana with no way of ramp. The Blood Moon deck is getting Blood Moons. I love it. Of course, it's not all perfect for us, but you know, it's not bad either. Opponent starts to discard and just gives up. All right, Vedant Shackle's definitely gonna come in. Kernos, Blood Moon's gonna get thrown out. I guess he will board out his Blood Moons as well. And there's not really... Yeah, I think this is what we want to have. Filigree Familiar seems to be pretty good because it blocks Bloodbraid Elves. The 2 mana slot, of course, is really not being played by Ponza. What's going on here? Internet. Okay. Doesn't want us to have a look. 1 engineered explosive is probably enough. Maybe cutting a little on the cryptics, but if we have access to all the blue mana, then cryptics probably be really good, right? Where's Ponza? Crew land loss, okay. Yeah, Blood Braids. There's absolutely no 2-drop. Yeah, aside from a Braid. Mana or Spells are bad here. Yeah, don't know if he's taken out the Braids. feel like we should cut 2 here, 1 there. Just bring it back in. They have 6 1-drops and Utopia Sprawl. And then all the Talus Tracker clue tokens, as well as PN Kiran Lar. Yep, that sounds reasonable, and then we're taking 1. And then click out. We had only 4 seconds left on our clock. Alright, keep. Yeah, he just doesn't have any 2 drops. It's insane. Okay, at least our hand is well equipped to be developed. And Remand, of course, is like the worst counterspell against Bloodbraid, which is most likely come down here. No, it's not. Okay. Trinisphere. Yeah, that we want to counter. I'm still fetching for basics because, you know, he could still be having those moons. Dum 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 dum. So Snapcaster Mage is going to cost us 3, and then any spell that we're drawing off of the Snapcaster Mage is also going to cost us 3. So not a good spot to be in. Now he still has 4 mana to work with. Cassiopeia and Kiran Lar. Great. I hope that he has a couple of just not important stuff. What are all these fucking ops? Fuck this! Ah, oh, fuck you, Moto. Damn, this shit is bad. Of course, without the Trinisphere. Yeah. Alright. I honestly believe that we need to kill PN Kiran Lar here first. Before we do anything else. I know that sounds stupid, but if he's attacking us with 4, we go down to 7, he has like a Bloodbraid would just die, and he has PN Kiran up as well. Okay, now we have to think about it. I think we need to tap all creatures and bounce that thing. Because if we draw some sort of removal spell, next turn we could kill the Arbo Elf, or even better, if we draw an engineered explosive, we could kill Utopia Spore and Arbo Elf, and he can't replay it. Yeah, let's see. Let's try it, right? These are somewhat fast games. This motherfucking Trinisphere, fuck off, you motherfucking bitch. Yeah, it's possible that we need to use Harvest Pyre on the Tireless Tracker because we want to So now we do have two options. We either get a clean 3 for 1 and kill the Arbo Elves, and restrict his mana, and then go after Pian Kiran Lar. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Sesh Revision is coming down next turn. Pian Kiran can sacrifice a clue token though in order to kill our click. And since we do already have a Snapcaster Mage in hand, and we are going to get a lot of stuff as well, I think we're just going to kill it. Yeah, Kitchen Finks is okay. Interesting. So we're going to play this for 0 and get rid of 2 clues. So that's basically a 2 for 1. And I think we can raise the Kitchen Finks. We just ignore it as long as possible. So we know about at least the Molten Rain in his hand. Could go Snapcaster Bolt him here. It's 5 mana though. We take it to 9, attack for 5, 4. We have lethal, right? If you can't interact. Yeah. Cool. So there's something like there's a big hole here, and we need to somehow fill it. But with the rest of our deck, like, man, that's really, really good. It's really fun. Fun to play. Hopefully also fun to watch. Oops. Pretty cool. I dig it. Yep. Looks like a keep to me. Against MTG Pirate. Okay. Probably Tron. Ooh. Is it a hollow one or is it Death Shadow? Oh, looks like a hollow one. Against hollow one. He discarded Flameblade Adept. Interesting. Yeah. Oh man, this is funny. Blood Moon. Shutting him off next turn. Yeah, most probably a dull threat. Discarded hollow one still has the Goma Gangland hands. Two death threats even. Alright, we're getting somewhat closer. Not there yet though. But, I mean, he still has... Yeah, sure. Not too good for us. Right now we just need to keep his big guys at bay. Chase. Hello there. Spellsnare, by the way, really good in this particular matchup. I think we're just gonna go deploy the Jace. Have a look at what's going on here. Let's attack. Generally speaking, though, I don't think that one is a good card in this matchup. You know what is, though? Exactly, the Duck and Shackles. I haven't seen Lingering Souls in there yet, but that could also be a thing. And Sexual Vision is gonna remain in. Spell's Guide could be relevant, right? These are definitely gonna come in. Well, maybe on the draw. I feel like Riemann is really bad against most of this deck, but if he's playing Lingering Souls and of course against the Delph threats, it's really good. And Dealing Click also very dependent on what he's playing, which exact 75. But maybe Engineered Explosives can. Maybe we just split it here. Alright. Oh, 2 relics. Yes, that is good. That's exactly what we want to see here. No! 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 Oh, what a horrible... Come on. Horrible, 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 horrible. I think I'm gonna fetch for red here. Or blue. Just in case he has another burning tree. We did have a pretty good hand, but now we're shy of a couple of lands. And of course we cannot kill or handle the freaking hollow one there. But he only apparently has 1 mana, so I'm actually actively looking for a removal spell here. Never mind. Podcast. Alright, so I was going to sacrifice our relic here, but him having a Bloodghast makes me just want to keep it around. So Faligree Familia could block the Bloodghast. What's the correct line here? We definitely want to take over the hollow one with our Vedant Shackles at some point, or we bounce it with our Cryptic. How do we stay alive up until that moment? Probably through this one, right? Another Bloodghast. He's hasted. We're taking 5, down to 5. Now, I think what we do is we Cryptic Command, tap, bounce Hollow 1. He cannot replay it that turn unless he has a couple of discard spells. I'm calculating with at least 1 bolt. Because just taking the Hollow 1 next turn won't be enough. It's a good option for us, but it won't be enough. Next turn I'll most probably want to kill both Bloodghasts and exile the Relic and hopefully draw another removal spell for the Flameblade Adept. Okay, now he cycled it for 2 mana, so that's fine. Yeah, now we have a really good turn lined up here. Can kill both of these, this, and then just exile them mid-combat, so he won't be able to. Actually, we should have been playing around. Yeah. Good that he does that here before he does anything else. Because we should have been playing around a fetch land. Snapcaster is an interesting choice. Maybe he just wants to kill us with bolts. We couldn't play the Vedant Shackles because we don't have 4 islands yet. That is the problem here. So I think it is time to get down over the shackles, because we still have remand. How do we die here this turn? No, let's have a look at his hand first. We need one more land, one more island, I would need to specify. And then he already discarded Goma Gangla, so we got 90% of his threats covered through our Vidalin Shackles, which is pretty nice. We also still have a couple of cards in our hands. And Vendilion Click might be able to get there. Alright, that's Hollow One. Don't actually know if we need to remount this. Oh, we probably do, right? Probably do. Piankiran Lar by itself is really good. But I want to have a look at his hand first, at least once. Tesker and stuff. All right. I can't believe that we're not drawing a 6th land here. Something that we needed to have for a while. Yeah, I think the play is Harvest Pyre. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep Vendilion Click up. Keep Remand up. Gonna remand that one. Alright, now we're getting a little punished. That's sad. We have to close out the game now within 2 turns, and we're able to do that, definitely. What is this? 2 mana. Is that collective brutality? All right, putting us down to 1. I think I'm just gonna keep Snap Cryptic up here, because he can't do anything that we wouldn't notice. Is that a whole one? By the way, we still don't have 4 islands. Just 3. Okay. 9. Now it's actually a 1-turn clock. We can kill him next turn. Sure. Yeah, we have lethal on board here. And I think our opponent just gave it. Yeah, alright. An exceptionally good league. I think like most of the matchups were, I don't know. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I thought that we had some really sweet plays there with a really sweet deck. And yeah, hang around my channel, like the videos, subscribe, and see you around next time, guys.